Let me show this clip for y'all. Y'all give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts.
Why did you bring your children here? Are you ashamed at all? Look at her face. Are you ashamed? No, look. Everyone look at her face.
All right, just wanted to share this with y'all. This is what not to do, man. We talk a lot about politics, and we heard JD Vance, and we talk about where politics can get to, and politics, discussing politics in our family, amongst our friends, and everything. If we become this radical and this fanatic, then none of us are winning. None of us are winning. Now, thankfully, to me, this showed that people are willing to do the right thing, because even you had Harris Walt supporters. Just me with not having a lot of context, I heard a little bit of what the lady was screaming at the daughter, saying she was mad at her father. I'm assuming that her father's not a Harris Walt supporter. So this lady was very upset. So she decided to scream at this daughter. This is how crazy politics can make us. This is how crazy. I want y'all to look again. Look at this lady, this crazy girl right here. She's seeing the dad get his daughter in a seat. Now, he has something in his hand like a mic, so maybe he's doing interviews. I don't know why he's doing interviews with his daughter out there. That's the extremism on both sides. Like, bro, you shouldn't be at this rally, especially if you know you in op territory with your daughter out here like this. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know the context. But when you look at a situation like this, how could somebody think that this is okay? Yelling at a baby like that. But people were courageous enough, or I don't know, had some type of integrity to step in. So I thought that was a positive. But we can never allow politics to get us to this point. Like, that was one of my favorite parts of JD Vance's speech, to be totally honest, just because it addressed these things and had us to. It's never worth losing your family and friends over some politicians that, to be totally honest, they don't care about you. They don't care about you on a personal level like your friends and family care about you. So it's just not worth it. And I'm going to leave us with, so I think we have one more video. Hold on. I think we got one more video on X. Let me hide this real quick. I thought that this, oh, hold on. So we didn't do Michelle Obama's? Nope, we're doing Michelle Obama's. We're doing Michelle Obama's right now. My apologies. I forgot we had the Michelle Obama video.
Dismantling parts. So let me take a minute to help folks, especially the men in our lives, to get a better sense of what could happen if we keep dismantling parts of our reproductive care system piece by piece, as Trump intends to do. I want folks to understand the chilling effect, not just on critical abortion care, but on the entirety of women's health, all of it. There are good reasons why so many women and physicians are horrified by what's happened since Donald Trump's justices overturned Roe v. Wade. We're seeing women scrambling across state lines to get the care they need. Just this week, a major medical journal reported that after Roe was overturned, infant mortality in this country rose, in large part because women are being forced to carry fetuses that won't survive to term. One woman spent 22 days in jail on murder charges after she miscarried in her own bathroom. We are seeing
this level of, do I address this? I'm gonna try to do the mature thing. Let me actually, hold on. I wanted to move on to a particular part, if that's okay with y'all. I just don't want to do the whole abortion conversation right now. I really prefer not to. Matter of fact, this is 7 minutes long. I'm trying to think. Matter of fact, I'm Michelle'd out. The whole and this is and this is I'm not playing this. I'm not playing this. I'm not playing this. I'm gonna tell you why. It's just I just it's like, is this election only over women's ability to want to have abortions whenever they want to have abortions? Like, is this really what this presidency has come down to? The only things that I've heard the Democrats pushing lately is Donald Trump's Hitler, Donald Trump's a fascist, and Donald Trump is taking away your right to have an abortion. It's like, is that really what all that people care about? And I challenged y'all last week, who watched the 1916 Project? Who actually watched it? And this is the problem. We're not going to watch that 1916 Project. All the people that are so passionate, whether you're on pro-life or pro-choice, are just going to feel the way they feel without, in my opinion, doing more research on the creation of Planned Parenthood. Now, a lot of people, a lot of women may say, I'm a woman, I don't need to study. I know I've gone through it. Okay, but do you understand why abortion was introduced to you? Do you understand why your thoughts are the way that they are when it comes to abortion? Do I understand why when I was growing up, I didn't even think about abortion as like a huge thing? Think about that. That is the culture that we are brought up in. We're not even taught to think about abortion as a big deal. It's almost like, yo, they better have an abortion. Like, I'm telling y'all. So as much as we like to, you know what's so funny? We were having this conversation over the weekend about Trump grabbing by the P, right? How that was so offensive. And I told my fam that I was with, I said, any guy that doesn't tell you that that's just how guys talk, like they're lying to you. The whole grab him by the P. All he was saying was a lot of these girls, they'll let you grab them by the P. Do we not see our culture? Do we not see what our culture is? Yeah. If you're Donald Trump in a lot of these places, if you're a successful person, that's exactly how these girls do act. But we care more about grab them by the P than we do about a lot of this abortion talk. We care more about the fact that Donald Trump is talking about grabbing by the P, but the way that we used to look at abortions and how we used to speak on abortions. Have you ever, ladies, you know what you would really be offended by? And I was trying to figure out exactly how to say it, but I'm just going to say it. I'm going to do Trump rather than Kamala. If you heard, ladies, if you heard the way that men in their 15s to maybe 30s, hopefully not well into the 30s, speak on abortions, I think that you would be a lot more offended in hearing the conversations around that than you would with Donald Trump getting secretly recorded in a Dateline or whatever, talking about women will let them grab them by the P. And a lot of men said, oh, I don't know any men that talk like that. You can believe these squares if you want. But in all actuality, if you heard the way that 15-year-old boys to maybe about 25 to 30-year-old men speak on abortion, let somebody get pregnant and listen to the conversation that man will have with his friends. Let him get a girl pregnant. And I think you'll be a lot more offended by that conversation than you would about Donald Trump saying grab him by the P. But this is how we've been indoctrinated to see abortion and a lot of other issues. This is how the propaganda has worked. We normalize abortion. We don't even think abortion is a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Like there's no, and this is so, we have to separate the reasons and the context around it from the actual action of it. Abortion is a bad thing. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that women shouldn't be able to have them. I'm not saying that, but we can agree on both, right? Or we can not necessarily agree on whether or not they should have them, but just understanding that it's a bad thing. Like just the actual action of it, it's a bad thing. And based on the women that I speak to, it affects women in a very negative way. Now, I'm still not sitting here saying that all women shouldn't be able to have them, but I just wanted to give some context to that. And Ant wrote, hold on. LOL, there's mad videos of dudes making Plan B jokes. I'm trying to tell y'all, if you talk about wanting to be offended, be careful. Maybe we should do a lesson. And I think we did this before, where go through a week and think about the things that offend us. Think about the things that trigger us and think about the things that offend us. Because in a lot of ways, the things that trigger us and the things that offend us, they control or hinder or set a ceiling on how they determine how we see not only the world, but we're controlled by the things that we're offended by. That's what I'm trying to say. We're controlled by the things that we're offended by. Let's look at the politicians. They see, what is this group of people offended by? Okay, let me dangle that carrot in front of you and say, hey, this thing that you're offended by, this particular group does it. Let me show you some examples. We're all amazing over here. We don't do that. That's how they control us, based on the things that we're offended by, based on the things that we are emotionally attached to, based on our current perspective on it. So I don't know, neither here nor there. Let's actually play this other. I'm so glad that I didn't get into that Michelle Obama video. So glad. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.